federal government shutdown persists. The USDA's website this week has said that as of this coming Saturday, November 1st, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits, also known as SNAP, will not be issued.
Lower Brule Sioux Tribe Chairman Boyd Gourneau says this could impact many among his tribe. Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Chairman Stephen Sitting Bear declared a state of emergency on Friday because of, quote, the impending funding crisis with regard to 3 programs, including SNAP.
The shutdown started on October 1st.
South Dakota tribes are not the only ones bracing for the potential of going without SNAP benefits.
We caught up with the Faith Temple Food Giveaway to see how it will impact the people it serves.
Most of our clients really do rely on SNAP. We are able to offer sustainable items like potatoes, bread items, other items that would be included in SNAP, but they're able to use that SNAP money for items that we may not have normally at our food giveaway, like gallons of milk. So it's something that they're really going to have to pick and choose what they use their SNAP benefits for.
Staff at Church on the Street also expect to see more people at their food pantry as the shutdown continues.
A crash involving a train and a semi happened early yesterday morning in Hudson.
According to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened around 9:30. Officials say the semi was pulling a grain trailer on East Wheelock Street.
The semi then failed to yield to a train just east of 3rd Street. That's when the train struck the passenger side of the semi. There was damage to the trailer and 3 of the train locomotives. However, no one was hurt.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. Following rain this morning in eastern Kettleland, mainly across Minnesota and northwestern Iowa. It will be persistent throughout the morning and even into the afternoon. Temperatures today will reach the 40s and 50s for afternoon highs, and we'll have a strong north to northwest wind. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Temps are starting to cool, and winter is right around the corner.
And our meteorologists have some things you should know as we head into the season with our Winter Doppler special. It's a look at some winter myths. We're also going to show you the beauty of the season, and of course, Scott Munt's annual snowfall prediction.
You can catch it this Saturday at 9 a.m. and Sunday right here on Kello TV after the late local news.
The vision for a new convention center in downtown Sioux Falls now relies on some clarity from community partners and developers.
The Riverline Steering Committee met Monday to discuss next steps and decided for them it's time for a pause while city leaders have behind-the-scenes conversations with partners in the community. However, some members emphasize that this doesn't mean the idea of a convention center is dead.
And I do believe that this project has enormous potential in terms of how it will impact the city of Sioux Falls and the city of Sioux Falls growth, and as well as opportunities for our citizens too. However, so we definitely need to get partner. We have to get the answer to that ownership question as well as funding too.
If the city fails to break ground on the Riverline project by July of 2030, the seller of the land will have the option to repurchase the property from the city. To learn more about the proposed convention center, follow links under this report on our website.
A South Dakota business spent some time in the national spotlight Sunday.
The Corner Bar and Grill in Timberlake was featured multiple times on TV during the Packers and Steelers game. Timberlake is the hometown of Green Bay tight end Tucker Kraft. Packers fans from other parts of the country were calling into the bar Sunday night.
We had his family in here, so I'd hand it off to some of his family members to visit, and yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Bollinger and Gross are 2 of the bar's 15 owners, including Tucker Kraft. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one final glance at our weather with meteorologist Brian Carstens.
All right, tracking that weather today. It looks like most of the rain will continue to fall into southwest Minnesota and northwestern Iowa, and the amounts of rain over ½ an inch in some of those line segments here as the showers stack up. And so keep a watchful eye on that. Sioux Falls, still some showers, but just not as much. Our grand totals will be lighter along I-29 and especially to the west of I-29, where the forcing again is just going to be a little bit better on the Minnesota and Iowa side of the border. Here's a look at Futurecast, and we do keep that northwest wind going around 20 to 35, maybe some gusts here over 40 or close to that in Rapid City. I do expect tonight plenty cold, a lot of mid-20s expected in Rapid City and our folks West River, so we'll start the morning with that. And we do expect as we get into the day on Wednesday, another cool day. There's the morning low there, about 26 in Rapid City or pretty close to that. And high pressure will be ahead tomorrow, so that'll give us reduced wind, but also keeping our temperatures a little bit below average for this time of the year. Then some northwest winds will come in on Thursday. We have mentioned a couple of times during the show that this morning at least that we could get a little system moving through on Halloween, and that's going to reduce our highs in the 40s. Northwest wind. There could be just a little bit of precipitation Friday night, early Saturday. Stay tuned for that. It doesn't look like much, but what's interesting is the temperatures will be falling through the 30s as that occurs. Next week looks warmer, though. We're back to 60 in Aberdeen on Sunday. So after a cool start to the weekend, things are looking pretty good. And looks like Pierre in central South Dakota. Dry weather now the next 4 days. Maybe we linger that longer. Also, we're expecting 60s by Sunday. Looks like next week we'll start to open up some warmer weather. And that's also true in Rapid City, back to 60 on Sunday. Check out more details. They're online at KELOLAND.com.